terms of really taking some low blows. And by virtue of the fact that Charlie hasn't been very gracious recently, maybe it didn't.
Yeah, but I still don't think, you know, people have forgotten how he slammed the creator of 2.5 Men and all the things he said about
the argument to begin with.
Oh, everybody forgets everything. Timing is everything in life. I mean, the guy was abusive, et cetera, et cetera. Now he comes on the Emmys and says, oh, I wish them well. I hope they have the great show, et cetera. He's on a roast where he looks gracious about the pounding that he's taking, and then they put this show on where he gets killed by a train. I think they look bad, don't you?
No, look, at the end of the day, TMZ is reporting that he's set to take home, what, $25 million, and by the end of all the residuals, 100.
I don't feel sorry for him.
No, I mean, it's all going to be all right.
Let's just be clear. It's not like he's walking away, you know. He did not break any of the contract. He was not high at work. He did everything he was supposed to do. They cut him loose. And when he went to go back, there was no work to go back to. And so because of that, Warner Brothers seemingly has broken their contract, and that's why they have to pay him. This has nothing to do with whether, you know, he was a bonehead or whatever. This is the business end of the stuff.
At the end of the day, they care about the fans are going to care about if the show's good.
Now, at the same time that Ashley make his debut, Charlie Sheen, as Joy said, was getting roasted over at Comedy Central. Now, today people are taking issue with a reoccurring punchline that a lot of people didn't find funny. Take a look.
It's Lash.
All right.
Charlie, I'm a fan. You were amazing in Platoon. Your marriage to Denise Richards, it was kind of like her Vietnam because she was constantly afraid of being killed by Charlie.
But there's no denying the fact that Mike Tyson had the hardest hitting right hook in history. Your opponent spent more time bleeding in the corner than Charlie's ex-wives. Too soon? Too soon? Too real? Too real? Good. Brooke Mueller, Charlie's ex. What's up, babe? She's not very bright unless Charlie's throwing a lamp at her. Too soon?
I like when he goes too soon, and Charlie's like, nah, it's fine.
She's laughing when he talks about throwing a lamp at her?
Did she call 911?
Let's remember where they are. Okay, this is a roast. And what happens at a roast, and I can tell you, is that people you don't even know half the time are put there to roast you and say the worst, most insensitive thing possible. That's the whole point of these roasts. Now, a lot of people are upset because they said, well, you shouldn't be laughing at the fact that, you know, they're making abuse
Did it feel right to anybody? It didn't, like, I'm not funny. I'm not a comedian. I do like to laugh, but hearing that, it definitely didn't feel right to me. Hang on. Didn't feel right to me hearing that as a woman, and it seemed strange that she would sort of chuckle at it too, and he would sort of chuckle at it too.
Let me explain something.
Because guess what? They know everybody's watching. This isn't a party by themselves in a closed room anymore. This roast used to be in a room with tight community, and it would stay there like Vegas, like a little.
It didn't stay there like Vegas. I'm just saying.
I can understand when you are in the room and everybody is in this very insensitive, obnoxious, rude head, it's funny. When it's on television and we're watching it from afar in a cool medium, it's different.
Because it isn't, these roasts were never put together for the general public. They're not supposed to be for the general public. Because the things that you say in these roasts are not things you would say in your shows. There's things you would say to each other because we would make, you know, we tell the worst, nastiest, ugliest, dirtiest jokes to each other. But we would never do it on television, except for today.
And the thing about Brooke Mueller, I thought she was in rehab. You know, and I know that Brooke Mueller, it's, you know, like you said, this is, maybe it shouldn't have been televised because I'm watching it and I'm watching Brooke Mueller. You're sitting there, the TV is on you, you're kind of forced to laugh, and I'm thinking, but you called 911 because you and Charlie, you said that, you know.
I wonder who's going to take her seriously if that's the kind of response later down the line. And also, what kind of example does it set, like you say, for women who are going through this horrible ordeal? for it to be made light of.
They're probably not watching Comedy Central. I'm just going to say that. I think they're probably trying to get some help.
Does it change the format of it, though? Like, do they not roast the way they would roast anymore? Because we are all watching now. We all hear it.
Well, it depends on who's getting roasted. I mean, and it depends on the people who are doing it and the writers.
These are not comedy writers in a way. They're sort of TV comedy writers. It's
very different.
That's why Jeff Ross, I have to just say, he's always very good at this. And even though his jokes were in a way eliciting groans, then he'd go too soon, and that was funny.
Is it real?
He knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. They're not meant for the general public. Sorry, you guys. They're just not for y'all. Now, we're going to go and come back because, believe it or not, we've got more hot topics.